What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're breaking down something that was in the May development update, and that is the 4 gameplay features they said they were implementing. I'm doing this because these videos always tend to get more views and I get to talk to you guys in the comments. More people prefer to watch specific parts of it than the whole update, which just makes sense to break it down for people. And yeah, let's get into it. So the 4 gameplay features they said were Haymakers, counters, AI improvements, and defense/offense. I suppose that's 2, but we'll class it as 1. Let's say right off the start, whilst news about partnerships and new additions to the roster are great, news for Esports Boxing Club as the go-to place for combat gaming, our focus will never stray from gameplay. So we're happy to provide you with these following updates. And like the 4 I mentioned, that is what they are. We start off with Haymakers. And they say here, Haymakers have now been implemented into Esports Boxing Club. Power shots will exist for every punch style. Miss, and you could be severely punished with a counter. Hit, and you could score a knockout. So obviously, bound to be in power shots, heavy shots, whatever you want to call it. It was bound to be in the game. It's a boxing game. It's going to be there. Now, will it be a single, you hold down R2 and you do it? We don't know as of right now. But one thing I find interesting is that if you hit, you could score a knockout. So that's not just a regular power punch where it's slightly more powerful. It seems like it is a real fucking haymaker, like throwing your whole body into it, like flying across the ring with this one punch. So obviously my vague idea would be that, you miss, and that is maybe because they're not easy to land. Maybe they're a bit more predictable. Not predictable, maybe they're a bit easier to come. Your fire really kind of corks that shit up and throws it off. So maybe they're a little bit more predictable. You can see them coming, so you've got a bit more of an open window. So then obviously, like they say, if you miss, you could be severely punished with a counter. So maybe it's easy to counter punch them. But we'll have to wait. Obviously, Haymakers was a given though, but it's good to see them working on it. Next part is one thing that I am really excited for, and that is the countering system. They say here, the countering system is now in version 2 of testing. This has gone through a major overhaul to the point where we feel we have revolutionized this feature in a boxing game. We can confirm that players will be able to counter based on their movement and positioning rather than just relying on a push of a button to activate a counter window, which is fantastic. Someone that loves just counter punching, I think it just looks clean, it feels clean. When you land, there's just something brilliant about landing a counter punch. And especially for some of the fighters, and especially like Canelo, we saw obviously, how we finished Billy Joe was that counter uppercut. I think it had to be done, and I'm so fucking psyched that they've done it, honestly. We'll get into it more when we talk about the defense-offense thing, but it's so good to see they've really focused on counter-punching and not just a simple slip and crack, and that's kind of it, or just a pull and crack, like very, Fight Night, where it's just pull, or, when the Fight Night, you can drop your guard, and it's what is it, a counter window where they go do, and they can't, like, they're stunned. Which world does that work in, where someone throws a punch at you and you catch it, and then suddenly they're like this for 4 or 5 seconds? Like, that's just dumb, man. But it's good to see them focus on the counter. As someone that loves to counter punch, especially like in the career modes, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I'm really excited that they've focused on that, so much so they feel that this is just as important as Haymakers and the next one that is AI improvements. That really shows that is a big focus for them. Like we just said, we got onto AI improvement. It says here, this now includes tendencies, strategies, and fight styles, all based on how the opponent is fighting and any publicized weaknesses in career mode, whilst taking the scorecards into account. So that could be that if you're in career and you're down 9 rounds to 2, you're getting battered, but you've got more stamina than your opponent. They've got, 1 round to go. They could just jab your head off. They could just jab and move, jab and move, jab and move. Just do nothing else but jab and move, jab and move. So, the AI is going to be clever with strategies, and fights are going to be clever. Maybe if they see something open all the time, maybe you always go jab, jab, hook. So maybe they know that, so they can block the jabs, move out of the way of the hook, leave himself exposed, crack you with a shot of their own. Maybe it starts to collect data on you a little bit. Could be interesting. And I was on my Discord, who's on my streams a lot as well. Someone that I know is Dagger. He actually made a video a while ago about AI improvements, and it's cool to see them focus on it like this. And obviously I'm a big career mode player, so for me, I just don't want an AI that either I can beat the shit out of or will beat the shit out of me. I want, when I put it on medium difficulty or like, not the highest of the high, or maybe even the highest, it's more of a challenge than just them having a better overall or me having a better overall. I want this. I want, maybe I knock them down with that left hook, so then they see that left hook coming, maybe they collect a bit of data, they learn how to avoid some of my shots, they can't fight me on the inside, so they start backing up, fighting me on the outside, where I'm starting to struggle, things like that. It's going to be interesting to see how the AI, and I really want to see more of it in the future. And the final one we go on to is defense slash offense. And this one is huge, guys. This is fucking epic. They say here, we felt combat games in general focus heavily on offensive gameplay. We wanted Esports Boxing Club to be a game where the player has just as many defensive options as offense. With this vision, we have now introduced a new slip system for the player, combining this with the back foot combat, the countering system, the weave system, and the footwork system. We're confident this will be the most advanced boxing game ever created. And to me, that sounds beautiful. Yes, maybe you won't be favoured on the judges' scorecards if you're always backing up. But knowing that backing up and moving around your opponent, so you're circling outside the ring, knowing that is a viable option to fight in and not be severely disadvantaged is fucking awesome. That is just so good to know. You know, like I said with the counters, like, there's so many good counter punches in the game. It's going to be so good to, let's say I'm fighting you, me and you are fighting. You beat me up for a few rounds on the inside. I'm not feeling it. I now know that I can use the slip system, the back footwork combat system, the countering system, the weave system, and the footwork system, all to try and change the game plan. Move back, circle the ring, get away from your heavy shots, you know, in and out, weave those shots, slip those shots, counters, and that's going to change the game, man. It's going to change the game for sure. And I genuinely believe that this right here, this defensive offense thing that I've just read to you guys, is a game changer. I really do believe that. That is, I genuinely believe that is a game changer. The fact that they really want to have as many defensive options as offensive is insane. Because you think when you're on the offense, you can walk them down, you can boom, boom, just catch them with mean shots. You know, you're pressuring them in the corner. But now, being as pressure heavy isn't always going to favour you as much, you know. And while I don't want everybody, I don't want to see it where, you know, you go to the middle of the ring in a fight online and everyone just backs up. I still want them to focus on offense. Offense is still important. You know, I don't want defense to be overpowered, and I think that would be stupid. So they've got to make sure that they still focus on, I appreciate their focus on the defense, but when you think about it, I don't want everyone to know that defense is better than offense, so everyone's just backing up, circling, just 12 rounds of circling, no punches landed, no punches thrown. It's just people just waiting for whoever's going to throw the first punch. I don't want that. I would like to be able to go into a game and be the aggressor, then 2 rounds later back up and be more passive, be the counter puncher, and then a couple rounds in again, go and be the aggressor and mix it up. I don't want to have defense be the meta, as well as I don't want offense to be the meta either. I really don't want defense to be the meta, because that's how you get a lot of boring fights, people just backing up, and I don't want that at all. But with that being said, if there is a lot of offensive tools, these are a great way, and if you know how to use them, this is going to be a great way to counter it, and especially with every fighter, more or less, playing differently, moving differently, throwing their shots differently. You're never going to have an experience like this, guys, with this. Honestly, this game is groundbreaking. Simple as that. Mind blown. But anyways, I want to talk to you guys about those 4 gameplay features. I made a video on this, like this, with the April one, where they spoke a few gameplay features. Remember, I spoke about the take a knee to the 8 count and things like that. I thought I want to talk about these ones as well. I mean, you know, Haymakers, the countering system, AI improvements, and defense and offense. Really feels like they're changing the game as we speak, man. Every time we get these updates, when you look at it and you think about it, hopefully I've made you guys think, you know, with this defense offense thing we spoke about and with the countering system, you can see they're changing the game as we speak. It's fucking crazy what they're doing here, but well done to them all. I really hope all the success for them. I hope they do well. I hope that, you know, this vision is what Boss Man thought of, and I hope that his vision is coming true right in front of his eyes. And yeah, man, I'm so pumped for it. I really am. It's going to be good, man. But I thought I'd talk to you guys about its gameplay features. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. You know, I love having conversations with you guys in the comments down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.